Welcome back, everybody. The Market Theatre Artistic Director James Ngcobo initiated the concept of celebrating Black History Month in South Africa in 2016. Now, the aim was to familiarise South African audiences with African American literature and culture. Now, a production titled Paradise Blue is currently staging at the theatre. It takes place in 1949 when Detroit's incoming mayor, Albert Cobo, was preparing to fulfil his campaign promise of stimulating urban renewal with a plan that included the destruction of the largely African-American Black Bottom neighbourhood. Now, the play tackles racial issues which will also resonate with South African audiences who've also had to deal with injustices. But to tell us more, we're joined in studio by Pakamisa, Zwedala and Lesedi Job. They are both cast members. A very good morning to you two. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome.
Thank you for having us.
Lesedi, I'm going to start with you. In what way will this film or this production resonate with so many South Africans?
Well, I think South Africa comes from a history, a political history. Of course, you know, the story of, not even the story, but the apartheid regime and forced removals. Yeah. And basically this play deals with that. But also beyond that, I think any story that is African American will resonate with South Africans and a black majority.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're going to share with us in detail what this story entails and the plot of the story.
Okay, so essentially the plot of the story is about a club, a jazz club called Paradise Blue. And a trumpeter, Blue, and his band made up of P. Sam and Corn. And Blue has basically fired his bassist, and there's this whole thing about, are they selling the club? Is Blue going to sell the club? Or is he going to continue staying in the club regardless of what's happening politically? And there are all these different characters who are a part of this, this week where it's up in the air around what's going to happen to Paradise Blue, which is the club that Blue owns. Okay. Yeah.
Now, Pakamisa, you play the role of P. Sam, of course. So do you want to take us through that role?
The role of P. Sam, the P firstly stands for percussion because he's the drummer in the band. And the story of P. Sam is quite a sad one, really. Sad because at the top of the play, when he comes in and he's upset that his bassist friend has been fired. You know, so he's trying to find his voice within this play in terms of his voice, because the owner of the jazz club, Blue, has put him on hold, saying, look, the other band members are going to do this. P. Sam, go do something else rather. You know, find us a bassist while we, you know, zhue up the place for a performance that's coming up on Friday, which is what the play is leading to. The big performance on Friday, whether Blue is going to sell or not. Yeah. So Percussion Sam is this man who doesn't know where he belongs. A black man who's trying to find his voice, trying to be taken seriously, and that's where I have to place him. Yeah.
Okay. Now, Paradise Blue is a tale of love, music, change as well. But then it's also encapsulate the larger forces that all the characters have to deal with. So, what can you pinpoint or single out as some of the highlights of this production, or working as a part of this production?
Oh, firstly, the music. You have to love the music. Okay. And secondly, the cast itself. Lesedi and I have been working together for a minute. I even call her my theatre wife.
We played husband and wife in Raisin in the Sun, which was on in 2016.
2016.
Yeah, also in celebration of Black History Month.
So to work with her it's always a dream for me. To work with Aubrey Bowe, to work with Usne Nobusi, for me, just coming to the theatre and finding these actors there is the biggest joy for me. Okay. Yeah.
Now, Lesedi, you also play the role of Silver, right?
Yes.
So, can you see yourself in Silver? Are there any commonalities?
Listen, Silver is another woman altogether. But you know what? There are commonalities. And I think one thing about Silver is the fact that she's strategic. It's something that I am, and she's highly ambitious. She's a woman who's found a way to empower herself. I think I've found ways of empowering myself. She's a go-getter. You know, no one stands in her way. I mean, a few years ago, I transitioned from becoming a theatre actress to becoming a theatre director. So that's something that's similar. But that's about as far as it goes between me and Silver.
Oh, so I take it you didn't really have struggle getting into her boots.
No, I did struggle. I mean, she's ruthless. She's somebody who's selfish, and she's ruthless, and she's about going out there and getting what she wants regardless of everybody around her. And that's very far removed from me. I've got a very soft heart, and I'm kind and caring. But like I said, look, there is the ambition and the strategy, but I don't go around hurting people to do that.
I wonder if that laughter is in disagreement.
No, it's in perfect agreement. It's in perfect agreement.
Now, you guys have done very well in painting us a picture of what Paradise Blue will look like, or is looking like, actually. So, after watching this particular production, what is it that you want us to take away from?
Geez, so many things. I think, first of all, to take away, whenever there's a story and there are characters that go on a journey, there's always being inspired and moved and either motivated or, and I think this is the power of theatre, either motivated or asked to change your way of approaching things in life, you know. But also sometimes there's nothing that an audience needs to take away but just pure entertainment. There's so much happening in the world. There's so many things that are horrible that are happening. And to go and sit in a theatre and watch a show and laugh and cry and have this experience of seeing these people go on a journey is like just a great entertaining night. So maybe it's not about taking something deep, but to just let go and enjoy and go, you know, I forgot about what I went through this week or through the day. I just had a cathartic experience. And
come watch 5 actors on stage, you know, 5 characters go through their days and their weeks and see how it is that, you know, that you yourself are just in a beautiful place to just sit and watch other people go through the craziness of their lives and just walk away with that of like for an hour and 30 minutes. I just escaped to these people's lives.
Yeah.
You know, I would imagine an hour and 30 minutes with a multiplicity of emotions. Laughter, love, sadness, crying.
Absolutely.
And I suppose it makes it stand out.
It really does.
And you know, my mother came to watch the show yesterday. I needed to brief her and take on the journey so she sees her daughter doing strange things on stage. And you know, when we spoke about it, she said, Lesedi, it does not feel like an hour and 30 minutes.
Jeez,
because everybody's just engrossed on these different people's journeys and these conversations and these moments. You know, 1 minute we're in the club, next minute we're in the bedroom. This one's talking to that one. This one's falling in love with that one.
This one has won the lotto, the policy.
This one is fighting with that one.
So it's just continuous things just going up and down, and next thing you know, it's the curtain call.
Call for great entertainment. Don't take us through the details where it's taking place and
it's taking
how long
place
it's running for.
It's taking place at the Market Theatre in Johannesburg. It started yesterday on the 31st of January and it's running till the 1st of March. Now, within those dates, please be aware that it plays on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays and Saturdays at 8:15 p.m.
8 o'clock
8 o'clock p.m. and on Sundays at 3 o'clock.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for chatting to us.
Thank you for having us.
And all the best. Well, that was Pakamisa Zwedala and Lesedi Job talking to us about production Paradise Blue, which is currently on at the Market Theatre. Pearl, what you got for us?
Sims, I can see the love story of the theatre couple unfolding right here on our set on Morning Live. What a charming couple. Let's take a look at some of your responses that have been coming through on our social media.